Yo, good evening, USA, International, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, Queens. This is your man and homie, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, creator, host with the most, misunderstood lonely nomad, unstoppable independent podcaster, and Queens, New York native who is also a New York Mets fan from the neck of the woods of Laurelton, Queens, New York. And yes, you are now rocking, listening, streaming, listening, and watching the 357th episode of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York cast. Live and direct in the comedy space where we talk about wild, crazy, fun topics in between entertainment, transit news, have music news and various segments in between. And of course, we are live from StreamYard and YouTube, where all the episodes are going to be recorded and uploaded to the YouTube channel page. Make sure you grab that subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel page. G Money Stacks 555. And of course, be sure to leave a like and a comment along with the topics in the episodes. Be sure to add the podcast to your playlist, enable alerts for new episodes, and when I'll be on the air via live stream for video podcast recordings, so you don't miss out on when I'll be on the air recording. So and and yeah, and if you missed out on any episodes whatsoever, don't worry. You can catch up to some of the episodes that's already been dropped, and of course your favorite episodes whatsoever. So, um, of course, I'll handle the streaming platforms wherever you listen to podcasts at the end. All right. All right. So, um, in the meantime, I did have to wait before I got on the air because I just finished having some dinner, and I wanted to wait for the itis to go away because once you have a full plate of food, you end up having the itis. So I wanted to wait for the itis to actually wear off. So that's why it took me so long for me to hop on. You know what I mean? So what do you say? What do you say we go on to a little mental health segment right here? Mental health check-in. All right. Here we go. All right. Here we go. All right. So today's mental health check-in topic is how to prioritize mental health while you are at work. So listen to this. And I know a lot of you out there are probably going through it. So this one's for you. With the theme, it's time to prioritize mental health in the workplace. This year's World Mental Health Day on October the 10th is a call for all of us to recognize the impact our work environment has on our well being. It's not just about productivity, it's about ensuring we all have the support needed to thrive. Um, with 15% of working disorder and over 12 billion working days lost annually to depression and anxiety. Prioritizing mental health at work is essential for both personal and professional well being. Why mental health at work matters, you ask. This year's theme emphasizes the importance of a supportive work environment for our mental health. Most employed adults spend more time working during the day than any other activity. And while the workplace that sometimes boosts mental health and mood, it can often detract from well being in ways that result in emotional distress and mental illness. Mental health issues such as depression and anxiety impact workplaces globally by affecting productivity, attendance, and performance. Poor mental health at work can lead to stress, burnout, and decreased productivity, affecting both your job and personal life, which is true. The National Alliance on Mental Health reports that employees who feel less comfortable talking about their mental health in the workplace are more likely to report feeling more burnout and mental health suffering due to their work. One of the main reasons employees give when they say they would be uncomfortable sharing about their mental health at work is a sense of stigma surrounding mental health and disorders and a fear of retaliation from management. Jeez. Um, Current challenges faced by employees. Common stresses like excessive workloads, job insecurity, and lack of work life balance can take a toll on your mental health. Decent work and working conditions can support good mental health by providing a sense of purpose, a safe working environment, a livelihood, and a form of structure and routine. However, psychosocial risk related to the workplace, such as being under underskilled and underskilled or underutilized, overworked and understaffed, or working in unsafe physical conditions can conversely undermine mental health. Burnout is often a result of chronic workplace stress that has not been successfully managed, and it is usually characterized by exhaustion in the workplace, detachment, and productivity. Nationally, 52% of employees reported feeling burnt out in the past year, with 37% stating that their burnout impacted their work. How your employer can support you. Whoa, hold on. Yeah, sorry about that. Uh, sorry about that. Where was how can your how can your employers how can your employer can support you? Where are we? Yes, employers can provide resources like mental health coverage, training, and flexible work arrangements. Let's see. Did I? Let me see. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Employers can provide resources like mental health coverage, training, and flexible work arrangements. The UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities advocates for the rights of people with disabilities mental health conditions in the workplace. It calls for reasonable accommodations tailored to their needs and supported employment initiatives that enable flexible work. A supportive and inclusive work environment benefits everyone. Don't hesitate to ask about available mental health resources on your job. Employers can implement an abundance of trainings, programs, and organization interventions that directly target mental health in the workplace. Manager training for mental health can benefit managers identify and act when employees are experiencing emotional distress, while mental health training for workers can boost their awareness and help to reduce the stigma surrounding mental health conditions. Taking action for your well being. If you are struggling, communicate with um, human resource human resources or a trusted manager about how they can support you. You may be able to work together to make changes in the workplace by solving problems and make use of available resources and mental health benefits your employer offers, such as counseling or stress management programs. This Mental World Mental Health Day, take a moment to reflect on your own mental health and advocate for the support you deserve. Prioritizing your well being isn't just beneficial for you, but for everyone around you. If you need help managing your emotions, call Beachside Rehab at 561 337 5710 to speak with our trained admissions counselors, our mental health and addiction treatment center in West Palm Beach, Florida, for those that's living in the Florida area, and for those that's living in other states like New York or any other states in the tri-state, like like New Jersey, Connecticut, and other states, you can reach out to your local mental health facilities um, to get help for yourself. All right. So there you go, right there. All right. Yes. Let me see. Next, we have. Let me see. Next, we have some transit stuff to talk about. We have. Let me see. Let me see what we got to talk about here. Yes. So, okay, some transit stuff. Let's get into some transit stuff right here. Um, the New York Mass Transit Files. Here we go. Here's what's happening in New York City transit news. First and foremost, MTA Chair and CEO Janno Lieber said Sunday that the transit agency has no plan B if a judge rules against its congestion pricing program in one of several lawsuits challenging it. The agency's chair and CEO gave the grim forecast during a Sunday interview on ABC7, where he told anchor Bill Ritter that the MTA will not be able to complete billions of dollars in construction priorities if congestion pricing loses its numerous battles in federal court. We don't have a plan B, Lieber told Ritter. And as you pointed out, there's a lot of money. The toll revenues from congestion pricing, which was set for June 30th, are expected to raise $1 billion per year, which the MTA could then issue bonds against to raise $15 billion for its capital program. On Sunday, Lieber highlighted the agency's hopes to make more subway stations accessible for people with disabilities, extend the Second Avenue subway to Harlem, and purchase clean electric buses as priorities in danger of falling to the wayside should judges rule against the MTA. The MTA is defending against a slew of lawsuits from various parties, including New Jersey, the United Federation of Teachers, the City Council's Common Sense Caucus, Rockland County, and the town of Hempstead on Long Island. The suits accuse the Federal Highway Administration of allowing the MTA to improperly conduct an abbreviated environmental review for the tolling scheme, a charge denied by the feds and the MTA. And so oral arguments were made in New Jersey's case that took last month. It took place Friday, May 17th. For several of the New York cases, rulings are expected before the June 30th, which already happened already. So that's a little recap on that one. It is in the hands of the judges who are looking at whether, as I said, the feds gave us an A+ for our environmental review, said Lieber. Is the court system going to second guess that? First approved by the state legislature in 2019, officials originally predicted the program would be up and running by 2021, but faced lengthy bureaucratic delays during the Trump administration. When Joe Biden ascended to the presidency, the Transportation Department allowed the MTA to conduct an environmental assessment, abbreviated version of a full environmental impact statement. The MTA contends its review was robust, a 4,000-page behemoth studying the impact of the toll on every intersection from here to Philadelphia. New Jersey has contended it was a rush flim-flam job that didn't account for outsized traffic impact for Garden State environmental justice communities. Should a judge rule against the MTA, they could either require the agency to perform a new environmental assessment or force it to undertake a lengthier environmental impact statement. Plaintiffs have also raised arguments about whether the program violates the U.S. Constitution, which could lead to the whole program being overturned. New Jersey has raised arguments based on the Interstate Commerce Clause, though they aren't currently being considered in court, while Rockland County has said the toll violates the Eighth Amendment prohibition on excessive fines and the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause. Because the NCAA's current $51 billion capital plan depends in large part on money on congestion pricing, which is paused right now. The funding is now uncertain due to the various lawsuits. The MTA has been unable to award more than $9 billion in construction contracts it previously expected to issue this year. Those include resignaling the A and C Fulton line in Brooklyn and BDFM 60th Avenue line in Manhattan with modern communications based train control. Accessibility work at 18 stations, including busy Lexington Avenue, 59th Street, and Hoyt Schermerhorn streets, tunneling and station work for the Second Avenue subway, and buying more modern R211 subway cars and electric buses. The congestion toll will charge $15 to most motorists entering Manhattan below 60th Street in peak hours, with a 75% discount overnight. Trucks will pay a larger toll, while cabs and for hire vehicles will have a surcharge added to fares. The MTA has completed the installation of automated tolling gantries at the central business districts, various ports of entry. Like I said, man, a lot of people are relieved that this whole congestion pricing mess is paused because, because it will be more of a disaster and it'll be like a joke though. You know what I mean? All right, more MTA news that we get to right here, actually. So, okay, more transit stuff going on. This is according to the folks from Fox 5 and why. According to a shocking new report from the New York State Comptroller's Office, the MTA is facing a significant budget crisis. um, with a $211 million fall caused by the pause in congestion pricing. The final gap, which could grow even larger in the coming years, is sparking fears of service cuts or fare hikes in the nation's largest public transit system. The budget crisis is a massive challenge for New York City Transit's newly appointed president Demetrius Critchlow. Congestion pricing pause deficit. Governor Kathy Hochul's indefinite pause in implementing congestion pricing, which was originally designed to reduce traffic and raise revenue, is reportedly a major reason for the budget deficit. The MTA had expected substantial funding from the program, which now faces uncertainty. The system deteriorating and then service deteriorating are the two outcomes that could happen over time if they don't get that funding, said New York State Deputy Comptroller Raul Jain. He added that even if the MTA finds cost savings, it won't be enough to close the financial gap without new revenue. Janno Lieber, MTA chair and CEO, warned that without additional funds, tough choices lie ahead. We either increase fares dramatically or we cut service, both terrible options. Damn. Damn. That would be awful. Both of these ideas are awful. You know what I'm saying? Both of these are awful.
Go
Yeah, yeah, both of these are bad ideas. Um, yes, Hochul has faced significant criticism for pausing congestion pricing, and in response, has promised to work with lawmakers in the next legislative session to address the issue. Impacts on capital projects. In addition to the operational budget shortfall, the MTA's capital improvement plans are also at risk. Projects such as extending the Second Avenue subway and making more stations accessible may be delayed. We're seeing that the next capital program is really bare bones compared to what it could be because of the uncertainty, said Lisa Daglian, executive director of the Permanent Citizens Advisory Committee to the MTA. Ridership still below pre-slamdemic levels. Ridership on the city's subways and buses has still not returned to pre-slamdemic levels, further straining the MTA's budget. Okay. Um. All right. So here's what's going on with this next one right here. Here's what's going on with this next one. All right. So all new NYC yellow taxis must be accessible for people in wheelchairs until the city finally meets the terms of a decade-old settlement, a federal judge ruled last week. Judge George Daniels of the Southern District of New York ruled on August 29th that the city could not wiggle its way out of a 2014 settlement requiring at least half of the city's 13,000 yellow cabs be wheelchair accessible, and further ordered that no new taxis can enter the yellow fleet without being accessible to those with disabilities. Wow. Wow. Daniels hailed the 2014 settlement at the time as one of the most significant acts of inclusion since Jackie Robinson joined the Brooklyn Dodgers. But the 2020 compliance deadline came and went, and as did an agreed upon 2023 extension. Okay. Um, there's no doubt that taxi accessibility has improved in the intervening years. Less than 2% of taxis on the road were accessible at the time of the settlement, but the number had risen to about a third of them by 2023, including about 42% of active medallions. Nevertheless, this year the Adams administration started arguing in court that it should be relieved of its settlement obligations, something that was blasted both by the disabled plaintiffs in the case and by Daniels himself. In a status conference in May, Daniels was particularly aggravated to learn that cabbies driving accessible taxis can turn in their vehicle upon retirement and trade it for a non-accessible vehicle, saying the city was inherently creating a situation where you can't meet the timeline. In his Thursday ruling, Daniels said the defendants confirmed that they have breached critical terms of the settlement, but argued that no harm has resulted, while the plaintiffs had argued the breach violated their civil rights as well as their right to seek a fully accessible taxi fleet. He also dismissed the city's attempts to argue it had substantially performed under the terms of the settlement, saying instead that the city's job does not constitute anything close to substantial performance. Plaintiffs have been denied what they bargained for, wrote Daniels. As a result, defendants' arguments that plaintiffs have not suffered injury fail. Consequently, plaintiffs have established each element of their claim and are entitled to enforcement. Hold on. Under Daniel's ruling, the TLC estimates the settlement terms will be met by 2028. The jurist wrote, "We are pleased with the court's ruling requiring that 100% of all new taxis be accessible until the 50% threshold is reached," said Damani Sims, a lawyer for the plaintiffs. It is now time for the city and the TLC to honor their commitment to accessibility by keeping the 100% rule in place in perpetuity. Daniels did, however, the plaintiff's request for a special master to oversee and enforce the ruling. David Dew, the head of the Taxi and Limousine Commission, said he will swiftly propose rules to comply with the ruling. Our commitment to accessibility is unwavering, and we will move swiftly to propose rules reflecting Judge Daniels' decision, said Duke. Have exactly the same access to transportation as everyone else has always been one of our top priorities. The TLC says it now has more accessible vehicles in its fleet than ever. The city instituted a rule last year that all Ubers and Lyfts must be either electric or wheelchair accessible by 2030, and the number of vehicles that meet those requirements has more than doubled since. The TLC says that 90% of Uber and Lyft trips using accessible vehicles now have wait times of under 10 minutes. Wow. Wow. Let's see. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought about the transit topics discussed in this episode. All right. Let's see. What else do we have to talk about here? Um yes. Yes. Let's all right, let's get into this, by the way. A little thing that I like to call chatting or the jazz right here. So we're gonna get into it right here. Hold on. All right. What do you say we start off with all right, I want to start off with hang on one second. I want to start off with this. Hang on one second. Um Hold on. So let me see. So here's what Mace was talking about on It Is What It Is podcast. So Mace has discussed strategies to maximize his sponsorship potential by leveraging his unique personality, past experiences in the music industry, and his ability to connect with a diverse audience, suggesting he can offer more than just a standard product placements by incorporating his personal brand into marketing campaigns and collaborations. Key points from Mace's discussion about sponsorships on It Is What It Is podcast: authenticity, emphasizing the importance of only promoting products he genuinely believes in to maintain credibility with his fans; storytelling, using his life experiences and music career as narrative elements to create engaging content for brands; cross platform promotion, utilizing his social media presence and platform to reach a wider audience with sponsored content; and targeted collaborations, identifying brands that align with his demographic and interests for more impactful partnerships; and of course engaging with fans, actively interacting with his audience on social media to build a strong community around sponsored campaigns. um yeah, whatever works, go for it, man. You know what I'm saying? But I don't listen. I will say this though. I will say this. Um, it's not easy getting sponsorships for your own podcast and stuff like that. It may work for some people, it may not work for everybody. Um, as far as relatability to the sponsorships and stuff, it's not as simple as as it seems. I mean, you know, for some podcasters, they have podcast shows on their own, but they don't let no sponsorships on their podcast stop them because they keep going. You know what I'm saying? When does that ever stop them? I mean, you know what I mean? It's just I mean, for me, I'm just having fun with my podcast right now, man. And I'm not really too much worried about sponsors at the moment. And sometimes sometimes you don't want to really get too caught up with you don't want to get too caught up with um the numbers and stuff, man. All that stuff will come in due time. So it really takes time to grow your podcast platform and all that other stuff. And as far as building a community, so there you go, right there. Good luck to Mase on It Is What It Is podcast alongside with Cameron and Stat um Stat Baby. You know what I mean? Um, you know what I mean? So good luck on the end. Anyway, up next we'll talk about National Caramel Day. And by the way, by the way, in New York, we pronounce it caramel because it has two A's in there. It ain't caramel, it's caramel. All right. To the podcaster who has a technology podcast, I forget his name already, but he decided and all that other stuff. For those that's wondering, um for those that's um for those that's wondering how to pronounce it, it's caramel, man, because it's two A's in it. There you go. Hold on. Can we get rid of this video? We want to get rid of this video. Okay. National Caramel Day is on April 5th, and we are super duper happy to celebrate this wonderful pleasure, inciting a treat in the best way possible, making and eating it. Caramel has been with us for hundreds of years, layering, flavoring, and making our snacks and food sweeter with its addition. On this holiday, we celebrate its addition to our tasty desserts by savoring its delicate, hold on, delectable taste, sharing it with family and friends, and going all out to make a caramel dish out of a famous recipe. Which way you choose, make sure it's a sweet one. Um, the history of National Caramel Day. The human experience is riddled with a lot of ups and downs, but it takes the little things to give and help us make experiences that are pleasurable and long lasting. And food and eating is one of those things which pleases us. Standing as one of the sweetest and delectable innovations of humanity, caramel is a delicacy that is unique and unforgettable due to its ability to transport you to the realm of utopic enjoyment. Formed out of the strange powers of alchemy, caramel can exist in different colors and of different uses. The earliest trace of caramel in history is among the Arabs several centuries back. Back then, they used boiling water to crystallize sugar and create a hard, crunchy candy. Over time, caramel spread to Europe, evolving into different forms and additions due to practice and experimentation of people, and it has gone on to be one of the most popular treats for all. The basic ingredients that make up caramel are sugar, butter, and milk. Several people might add other components like water, salt, vanilla, fruit puree, and liquor, depending on individual taste and the need to experiment. Caramel goes through a process called caramelization, in which sugar is slowly heated to bring about the resulting syrupy, dark orange treat. Caramel is versatile in its use, which is why it is well loved. It can be used as toppings for ice custards, as a flavoring in puddings and desserts, as fillings of confectionaries, as in addition to coffee and more. With caramel, the options are endless. Okay, let's get to the timeline. National Caramel Day, time 10,000 AD. The first caramel, the Arabs boiling water, boiling sugar water in boil, hold on, Arabs boil sugar and water to create chewy candies, which is now believed to be the invention of caramel. 18 no excuse me 1650, caramel in America. People in North America make caramel candies around this period by melting sugar in kettles. 1880, modern day caramel candy makers introduce milk and fat to the caramel making process, which is how we make caramel today. 1886, Lancaster Caramel Company, Milton S. Hershey sets up the first caramel company, which he later sells to dabble in chocolate making. All right. Now, you want to know how to make caramel? How do you make it? Caramel is made by slowly heating sugar, butter, and cream on the heat of over 338 degrees Fahrenheit. You can watch tutorial videos about it to help you, videos like that on YouTube. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Um, what is the color of a good caramel? Caramel comes in different shades of brown depending on the ingredients added to make it. And can eating too much caramel hurt you? Eating excess caramel over a long period can pose health risk, causing sugar related diseases such as sugar crash. Since sugar is its root ingredient, it is advised to be moderate when enjoying the delectable treat. How to celebrate National Caramel Day, you ask? Make caramel. It's the first thing you should do. Number one, what better opportunity is there to make this delectable treat than now? Get your get your pan caramel just how you like it, with vanilla, salt, liquor, or any ingredient that comes to your mind. Have fun making, experimenting, and enjoying this gooey treat. Number two, gift gift it to your friends. Yes, gift it to your friends. Um, don't enjoy this special treat all by yourself. Get little containers and gift your friends, family, and neighbors to make their day. Sharing this rich, delicious, toothsome treat is the best way to celebrate National Caramel Day. Number three, learn how to make caramel. You don't know how to make caramel? No problem. Go online to get videos and recipes that would help you learn how to do so. You can also reach out to friends and people who can help you on the journey. Hold on 1 second. All right, so five flavorful facts about caramel you never knew. Now, the history of caramel. Number one, caramel has been with us for hundreds of years and counting now. Number two, Carmelo. Caramel is derived from the French and Spanish word caramello. Number three, the different faces of caramel. Caramel can be soft, hard, syrupy, and can be used for several things from toppings, sweeteners, flavoring, down to candy. Caramel apples. Caramel apples were created by Dan Walker, a Kraft Food employee who was experimenting with melting different caramels and adding fruits to them. Number five, the world's biggest caramel cornball. The biggest caramel cornball was created in 2015 by Cosmos Creations in Kansas, weighing no, excuse me, 6,780 pounds. Damn. Damn. That's crazy, man. So, why we love National Caramel Day, you ask? Um, Caramel is gratifying. It is one of the few treats that we can never get tired of. Caramel is soothing to the palate, and it adds taste to other food items, sweetening them. Num- um, it is simplicity at its best. Caramel is a toothsome treat that provides so much pleasurable experience buds and has only three major ingredients: sugar, butter, and cream. Anyone can make caramel. Caramel is versatile. The versatility of caramel makes it a much loved treat. You can eat it with your popcorn, cookies, and any confectionery. All right, so next year, 2025, Saturday, April 5th, 2026, Sunday, April 5th, 2027, Monday, April 5th, Wednesday, April 5th, 2028, um, and 2029, Thursday, April 5th. All right, so there you have it. Now we are going to go on to we're gonna go to the next one. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go on to the next one actually. Um, let's see. I want to actually all right, let's go on to this actually. Now, I do want to get into hold on a sec. Let me see. Um yes, let's get into MLB Ballpark Bites. Um yeah, this will be our next segment. Hold on a second. This will be our next segment in terms of we got munchies and drinks. All right. So that's where we're going to really start there. We'll start there. All right, here we go. All right. All right. MLB Ballpark. MLB Ballpark. Okay. So if you haven't gotten a chance to get a look at this, this is so MLB Ballpark Bites brings your favorite ballpark hot dogs and sandwiches right to your doorstep. All right. So the menu goes like this actually. So this is the starting lineup. um so we have the ballpark dog, which is a grilled all beef hot dog topped with onions, relish, and yellow mustard, and a soft pretzel roll. Um we have the ball we have the ballpark chicken strips and fries. Um well, it looks like chicken fingers to me actually. It's pretty much the same thing. 3 or 5 crispy chicken strips made with all natural chicken and a side of fries. Um, Philly cheesesteak, the most popular sandwich ever. Thinly sliced steak with caramelized onions and cheese sauce in a soft pretzel roll. The heater is a crispy all natural chicken strips topped with hickory smoked bacon, uh, sauteed jalapenos, serrano peppers, and onions and cheese sauce in a soft pretzel roll. The LA street dog is a grilled all beef hot dog topped with hickory smoked bacon, sauteed jalapenos, serrano peppers, and onions, mayo, mustard, and avocado in a soft pretzel roll. Bacon, excuse me, chicken bacon ranch is a crispy all natural chicken strips topped with hickory smoked bacon and buttermilk ranch in a soft pretzel roll. Damn. Every damn food is in a fucking pretzel roll. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Um all right, so we have the barbecue bacon sandwich, crispy all natural chicken strips, topped with hickory smoked bacon and tangy barbecue sauce in a soft pretzel roll. We got the New York Steakhouse sandwich, sirloin steak tips with caramelized onions and crispy onions in a soft pretzel roll. And we have the ballpark chicken sandwich is a crispy all natural chicken strips with relish and honey mustard in a soft pretzel roll. Sides, we have french fries, the most popular food we ever had. French fries lightly seasoned with salt. Onion rings, I used to have that, is a thick cut battered and fried onions with your choice of dipping sauce. Now we go to the combos. The triple play. Um, you can pick your favorite hot dog or sandwich with a side of fries and a refreshing drink. And the ball bucket, which are the donut holes tossed in cinnamon sugar, served with cream cheese icing and caramel sauce. Hmm. Very interesting. Very interesting. Hold on a second. That's very interesting. Did we get to the combos already? Hold on a second. Yeah, so that's pretty much what that is right there, man. Yeah, you can check it out. You can check out you can check out the ballpark website. You can go to www.mlb.com/fan/MLB life/ballpark bites. All right. I've been waiting for a long time to actually create this new segment some involving tech news. You know what I'm saying? Tech news involving anything with Apple, Androids, anything with gadgets being featured in new cars, whatever it may be, man. So I took the liberty. I took the liberty to actually create a new segment. Hold on a second, man. A new segment for all the people who are into tech news and gadgets and stuff. Um I will get into it. I will get into it. I want to actually hold on a second here. Um wait for it. Wait for it. Um wait for it. Um wait a second. Um hang on 1 second. Hold on, folks. Hold on. All right, I think I got it though. Um this is the new segment right here. Um which is called Crunch Tech Mentions. This is the segment in regards to some tech news involving Android phones, iPhones, different types of gadgets that's featured in cars and whatnot. So here we go, right here. Crunch Tech Mentions. All right, everybody's been hyped up about the iPhone 16 that recently came out, right? So, um, and this is according to the people from The Verge, right? All right. So Apple announced the iPhone 16 Pro lineup Monday with bigger screens, a new A18 Pro chip, a bunch of new recording features, and improved battery life. The company's new flagship smartphones have slightly bigger screens across both models, 6.3 inches on the iPhone 16 Pro and 6.9 inches on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Um, up to 61, no, excuse me, 6.1 inches and 6.7 inches, respectively, on the iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max. Apple also says the phones have the thinnest borders on any Apple product. The bodies of the phones are once again made from titanium. They come from no, they come in four colors: black, white, natural, and a new desert titanium. Um, the iPhone 16 Pro lineup comes with the A18 Pro chip with a 16 core neural engine that it says will offer amazing performance for Apple Intelligence features, including 15% faster performance than the iPhone 15. It also has improved graphics performance thanks to a 6 core GPU that's 20% faster than the iPhone 15 Pro's A17 Pro. Yeah, I could look up the acronym GPU for yourselves on Google to figure out what it stands for. Um, all right, so let's see. Let me see. What is this? Um, yes, so the iPhone 16 Pro has a 48 MP fusion camera, a new 48 MP ultra wide camera, and a 12 MP 5x telephoto camera, which on the regular iPhone 16 Pro has the tetra prism design that was to the iPhone 15 Pro Max. The iPhone 16 lineup also has the new camera control button to the iPhone 16 lineup, and Apple says that as part of a software update later this year, the button will get a two-stage shutter. Um, Apple is introducing new photo styles, and you can change the style in your phones after you take the picture. The iPhone 16 Pro will also be able to capture 4K video at 120 FPS, and you can adjust playback speed after capture in the Photos app. Apple is also touting improved audio hardware on the iPhone 16 Pro, including 4 studio quality mics. You'll also be able to capture spatial audio when recording spatial video. And in an update coming to voice memos later this year, you'll be able to layer a track over a recording, which could be useful if you are recording music. Apple says this year's Pro phones will offer a huge leap in battery life. Apple claims the iPhone 16 Pro Max will have the best um, battery life on iPhone ever, thanks to an optimized internal design and the A18 Pro chip. With the iPhone 16 Pro Max, get up to 33 hours of video playback, while on the iPhone 16 Pro, you'll get up to 27 hours of video playback. The iPhone 16 Pro phones support mag safe charging speeds of up to 25W and are also QI2 certified. The iPhone 16 Pro starts at $999. That's fucking expensive, man. Y'all crazy if y'all gonna be spending that type of fucking money over a phone. Like, come on. With 128 gigabytes of storage, while the iPhone 16 Pro Max starts at 1,199 with 256 gigabytes of storage. You can pre-order the new Pro phones, which already happened already, which already happened already. Um, and it's already out right now. So it's out right now. So Apple is launching these new phones as it makes a push into AI, which is artificial intelligence, with its Apple Intelligence features, some of which are set to be available in beta in October, which is what we're in right now. The company claims that all of its new iPhones this year have been designed for the ground up for Apple Intelligence. Like um, other tech companies, AI, which is artificial intelligence, is a big focus for Apple this year. And the company already showed off several artificial intelligence powered tools at its most recent worldwide developers conference, including an upgraded Siri and integration with Open AI's Chat GPT. The big features for the iPhone 15 Pro lineup were the titanium bodies and the action button. Apple also switched from Lightning to USB with the iPhone 15 Pro, but USB-C came to the standard iPhone 15 models too. Also in Apple news, hold on a second. Um, yes. So Apple on Monday confirmed the general availability of iOS 18.1, iPad OS 18.1, and Mac OS Sakura 15.1. 15.1. The point update is most notable for its inclusion of the first batch of Apple Intelligence features, which the company announced at WWDC back in June. However, only select Apple devices are equipped to run the new generative artificial intelligence or Apple Intelligence offering. This includes iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max, all iPhone 16 models, iPads with an A17 Pro chip, which include which including the new iPad Mini or M1 and later, or a Mac with an M1 or later. After downloading the update, Apple will ask whether you'd like to opt into the feature. Once you do, you'll be added to a wait list, a process that shouldn't last longer than a couple of hours. It's an unusual move for the company owing to the remote server requirement for the double LM based offering. Essentially, big compute. Not every function requires off-board processing. However, one piece, one piece that makes the system unique versus offerings like ChatGPT is its small model approach. Okay, where were we? Yeah, the new Apple Intelligence features are trained on a selected database aimed at specific functions rather than the massive black box approach employed by others. Um, the first batch of intelligence Apple Intelligence includes integrated writing tools, image cleanup, article summaries, and a typing input for the redesigned Siri experience. iOS 8, iPad OS 18.2, and Mac OS Sequoia 15.2, and which are currently available as developer betas, will bring another round of features. These updates will bring an additional list of Apple Intelligence updates, including Genmoji. I'm not sure what that is actually. Image Playground, Visual Intelligence, Image Wand, and Chat GPT integration. Apple has yet to announce a time frame for GA on those updates. Let's take a look at what Genmoji is while we at it here. So I'm not sure what that. Okay, that's interesting. Excuse me, Genmoji. You know what? You know what though? You know what? I think I'll save that for another time though. Let me see if I have anything left to talk about. I think I covered mostly everything. So yeah, so Apple iPhone 16, Apple Intelligence, all that great stuff right there. So let me see how much time we got. I think we're good, man. I think we're good. Also, a quick reminder: if you plan on going to the Halloween parade by the Village and by 6th Avenue, it starts at 7 p.m. Make sure you try to get there a little early so you could get a spot where you can see all the people in the costumes and whatnot. So, so be sure to be there as early as you can by 6th Avenue in the Village, and I hope you have fun and be careful out there, especially with all the craziness with the slashings and all that other stuff. So be careful out there, be safe. Take your friends and family members with you. So you know what I mean. So there you go. All right, I'm gonna wrap up right here, man. I'm gonna wrap up right here. So we're gonna go to a last segment. Our last segment is um our last segment right here is um stream choices on the go. All right. We're gonna get into it right here, right now. So let's gonna get into it right here, right now. So let's get to it. Hold on. I'm sorry, I had to tap on my tablet so it could load. Okay. All right. You know the routine, folks. Make sure you follow Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast on Facebook alongside with Threads and my other podcast shows that I do, which is also on Threads as well. Of course, Off the Meat Rat Chainz NY podcast. And of course, be sure to follow Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, my sports edition show. I will be dropping episode 79 when I get a chance. I will threads as well, which is my entertainment review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast. All right, so they're both on Instagram as well. So excellent fun vibrant talks podcast is also on Instagram as well, the sports platform. My entertainment review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, is also on there as well as myself, G Money 5 in Queens, New York. Um, when I get myself a new Android tablet, I will be back to do some Instagram live feeds for us. So there you have it right there. Um there you have it right there. Some If you go to the link in bio, you're gonna see a whole list of streaming platforms which you can download onto your iPhones, your Android phones, iPads, Android tablets, laptops, which includes Apple and Dell laptops. All right. So starting with Odyssey, Audible, Audioburst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Bullhorn FM, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM, Overhaul FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podhound, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Podcast Guru, Podvine, Snip, Spotify for podcasters, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Fountain, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app for where you can listen to music, radio, and podcast episodes for free. You don't need a debit card or credit card to listen to download iHeartRadio. All you have to do is follow the podcast on iHeartRadio by clicking the follow button on the app. You click on follow and all that great stuff. And of course, be sure to, do the same with the other streaming platforms, including iHeartRadio, and also do the same with YouTube. Make sure you grab that subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel page of G Money Stacks 555. Leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and topics in today's episode. Let me know your thoughts on the topics in the transit segment and the new segment, Crunch Tech mentions involving iPhones and Apple Intelligence and all that stuff. So so be sure to listen, stream, watch the episodes. Be sure to add the podcast to your playlist. You can also download. You can also enable alerts for when I'll be on the air via live stream for video podcast episode recordings and new episodes that will be dropping. Tell a friend to another friend, and um and spread the word. Word of mouth is important. And of course, share my Linktree link, which is Linktree/G Money Stacks 555, along with the podcast with your husbands, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, friends, the people you are cool with from work and anywhere else. All right. So I'm gonna wrap up right here. So here it is, man. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in to the 357th episode about National Caramel Day. All right. And remember, the grind doesn't stop. Hard work pays off. If you want something, you have to work hard and earn it. because it's not going to be given to you on a fucking silver platter. Be sure to find your niche, and don't let anybody stop you from following your goals and dreams. And do what makes you happy, creatively, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. That gets you into your zone alone. And everybody's journey is different. There's no manual when it comes to following your own journey and your own path and being creative in whatever career field you're trying to do. All right. So, you know, be the best version of yourself, man. Don't try to be like your parents. Be you, man. Be yourself, man. That's all you could do. All right. And of course, enjoy the Halloween parade tomorrow on 6th Avenue and alongside with people in the parade with Halloween costumes. Get there early. It starts at 7 p.m. by 6th Avenue. All right. And also I did drop some websites for you to actually check out some Halloween events on the Timeout website. Go to my community tab. I posted where you can actually find some fun activities for you to do for the week or weekend, especially with Halloween around the corner and all that great stuff. I will cover the Halloween the ha- I will cover and go over the best and worst Halloween costumes and candies and whatnot. And review all those things. So I'm just gonna do some highlights of those Halloween costumes and candies and stuff. So there you go. Um, all right, man. And don't worry about the haters. It doesn't matter whether you win or lose. It's all about how you play the game and being confident. All right. You know, and someone said earlier, oh, Steve Harvey said this. Being being confident doesn't make you a 10, which is, I don't know if that's true though, man. But do what you do, man. That makes you happy, man. If being confident makes you a 10, then go ahead and do it. All right. Peace and one love. Enjoy your Halloween. Happy Halloween in advance. Be careful out there. Be safe. Peace and one love. Enjoy the rest. Enjoy your Halloween. And good night, everybody.